Hello survivors and welcome to Elden Ring, one of the least survivable games I play. The lore in this game is obscure to say the least, and I play this game like it's a boss fight simulator. But I've been watching lore videos and want to experience the lore for myself, so I'll be letting cutscenes and conversations play out. I've also not beaten Elden Ring yet because I'm obsessed with starting new characters. Sorry to all my DMs in Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder. I am, like I said, I'm obsessed with starting new characters. I've gotten to Lindell, but I'm lost from there, so we'll see what happens in this run. Also, I haven't fully decided on a weapon and build, so let me know what y'all want to see. All that being said, let's get started.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Othniel, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Starting out, I am quickly dispatched by the Grafted Scion, and then forget to let the torrent cutscene play. I run through the tutorial and fight the hardest boss in the game, the Knight of God, Rick. After almost dying to Rick, I go and get insulted by Vare.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Hmm? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the
Very, I am
strength of the
married.
runes,
I am not
and without
maidenless.
an
I have the
invitation
best
from the
maiden.
Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
Ah,
Like me,
oops.
Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you, Tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace. The
Was that guy
path
using a pair
that
of
the
scissors?
Tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you, Tarnished, to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave. Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly. To Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Drafted. It's time you set off, I should think.
After getting insulted by Vare, I do a mad dash past the tree sentinel, and we make it to the Church of Kale, where we meet the best merchant in the game.
You're tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods. You know, if you can spare the runes, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own. Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all.
After exhausting Kale's dialogue, I forget to grab that grace and dash to the cave nearby, the Groveside Cave, where the boss here drops the Flame Drake Talisman. Other important items to be found here are a cracked pot, some hard runes, and glowstones. I proceed to almost no-hit the Beastman of Farum Azula, which is the best I've ever done at this boss, and proceed to the next stage of the challenge, the Gatefront Ruins. For those who don't know, all runes have a basement area, where you will find goodies or baddies. This particular ruin also has 2 caravan chests easily accessible by stealthing through and backstabbing the guards. The important items you receive here are the Lordsworn Greatsword, the Flail, and the Whetstone, which allows you to start getting your build set up with custom Ashes of War on weapons. Another thing that you'll find here is a map fragment that will give you the first part of the map of Limgrave. Another thing that I find here is, in fact, my first death. This knight, he kicks my butt. I quickly grab my runes and another cutscene.
She'll introduce herself. I can't. It starts with an M.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
Melina.
I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens?
I have, yes.
They serve the Two Fingers,
Indeed they do.
offering guidance and aid to the Tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erdtree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
Alright,
Shall
so
I
we'll
turn
level
your
up.
runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambition.
I'm going to get my vigor up to 30. That's my plan. Why is it not working?
You? Yes. Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever.
Poor Bog.
And I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
I love mushrooms, Bach, and I love you.
If you can afford to wait for it, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right. I'm frightened of them. So my knees.
Alright, Bach.
Going back to the Church of Kale for one more conversation. Note please here, you do have to fast travel here for this to trigger, so make sure you do not forget to grab the grace.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word?
And then she shows up. That's why you can't do a, no
I am the witch Renna. I
fast
heard
travel
tell
run.
of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent. Ah, as I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master. 'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest.
Alright, and yes, I am going to be summoning in this. I do feel as though they put it in the game for a reason, so yeah.
Learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the Two Fingers?
The next part of my plan was to go and avenge my good buddy Bach and get back his precious items for him. He said he was going to a cave near the beach, so that's where I headed. And there was a giant in the way, so obviously I'm going to take that out, and oop, I died. Okay, so we roll it back, we head back down there, we go to go kill the giant, and oh, I died. Final attempt, I decide that this thing's not even a giant, it's a troll, so it's not even worth my time, so I grab my runes and decide to just move on. After a quick visit to the trader here, I pick up the Armorer's Cookbook and make a mental note of the smithing stones that he has for sale. I head to the opposite side of the beach, where I find some glowing footprints, which gives me the Ash of War stamp sweep. At the very end of the beach, there's a Caden Raider who I take on and get rewarded with his gauntlets, as well as a strip of white flesh. Now it's time to go and take on Bach's bullies. I decide to wait to talk to Bach until I've dealt with his bullies, and I head into the cave. Now, while I will be using spirit summons, I am going to try to avoid using NPC summons unless it's a story bit like Nefeli Lu with Godric. So I don't summon the available NPC here, but I do summon my wolves. I failed to kill the first chieftain before the second aggro's, and so unfortunately I do die again. So we run it back and quickly finish them off. We get Bach's sewing kit and needle, but there's one other important thing here. A secret path to the Dragon Communion altar for all you dragon enthusiasts. After that, we head back to the coastal cave to talk to our best buddy, Bach.
Oh, what are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me.
Give him the sewing needle.
Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle.
There you go, Bach.
What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I?
No, you can't. All right.
After talking our friend off the ledge, we head to the Mistwoods to find and help the great Kenneth Haight.
Ah, you've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but, no. No, the help is very much appreciated, even from a Tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the true order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Haight. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young Tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool, and plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood.
All right, let's
What
talk
are
to
you
him
waiting
again.
for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward. Fret not. The great Kenneth Haight is known for his considerable largesse. The celebrations will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval.
We take a quick detour down to the Third Church of America, where we get a sacred tear to increase the amount of healing done by our flasks, and the Flask of Wondrous Physic to give us extra buffs and such later in the game, as well as another small cutscene with Melina.
Spoken echoes linger here, words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you.
Heck
Very
yeah.
well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed,
Ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
The final tool we get up here is the Sacred Blade Ash of War, which is a secret Mouska tool that will come in handy later on. With all of that gathered, we head into the Mistwood to retake Fort Height for the Great Kenneth Height, grabbing the Mistwoods map on the way and traveling down to Fort Height. There is a merchant on the way, however, I'm not going to mention every merchant that I visit because that is just wasted time in my opinion. One thing that I did forget to mention is I did stop by the Erdtree to grab a couple of the things that go into the physics. That one doesn't have them defended, so it was very easy to just quickly grab. However, after that, we ran it up into Fort Height. We fought the guards outside, grabbed the golden seed so that we can get an extra flask. One thing also to note is normally I start with a golden seed. I totally forgot to grab it when I was picking my keepsake at the beginning of the game, so I started with no keepsake in this run through, so that is kind of sucky, but that is life sometimes. However, we do run through, and unfortunately, for the first time in quite a few playthroughs that I've done, I get killed before I get to the Height Knight.
Whoops.
So we run it back, we get through the little castle area and get up to the Height Knight, and well,
Dang it.
They always say third time's a charm, and in this case it was right. On my third try I was able to get up, get through the castle, and take down the knight, getting the Bloody Slash Ash of War. I was very excited about this because I do love me some blood proc and really wanted to use it against Margit.
Foreshadowing as a narrative device.
With the Height Knight finished, we were able to go and get the Dectus Medallion from the top of the tower. That is going to bring us to the end of the first Elden Ring episode. Again, I'm not sure what build I'm wanting to do exactly, so please leave your comments on what opinions you have on that. I'm really wanting to use some kind of a Sombra weapon so it's a little easier for me to upgrade, but if you guys want to see something else, let me know and I will try to build towards that. I'm probably going to be doing about 2 or 3 recordings, so about an hour and a half to 2 hours of gameplay per episode. However, if you want it to go a little bit faster, or if you want it to go a little bit slower, let me know. I'm trying to aim for these videos to be roughly a half hour-ish long, so that it's not too terribly long. However, it is kind of a lot for me to edit. This is probably the most ambitious editing I've done so far. So let me know what you guys think, and as always, until next time, keep on surviving.